Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich, making another video on XRP today as usual. So wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. We're going to discuss XRP. I'll also discuss a few other topics that are circulating in the cryptocurrency world. This is from Wallet and Zoom. In case you missed it, this 9-hour interactive narrated course will walk you through every feature of the XRP ledger. After watching 48 videos, you will understand every aspect of XRP from its basic principles to its most sophisticated features. If you're interested in learning more about the XRP ledger, XRP and wallet offers hours of video that walks you through every step of the process. This is a result of the common fury. It's strange that this PowerPoint on tokenization and real-world assets from the Inter-American Development Bank mentions the usage of XRP in Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Japan. ODL corridors are those. There's no tokenization. These have been simple trades between money and cryptocurrency. Many of these reports are just incorrect. However, I believe it might be because they're beginning to tokenize deposits and transactions, and they may soon begin tokenizing remittances as well. Still, who can tell where this is headed? However, the complete report they released is just enormous, I must say. I perused a portion of it. One thing I appreciate is that they outline the justifications for tokenization as well as the items that can be tokenized, such as supply chain management, intellectual property, healthcare, agriculture, carbon markets, debt instruments and finances, cross-border payments, PBCs, real estate, and identity management. Carbon credits will still be introduced, I'm saying that Donald Trump didn't make it go away in the backdrop that is still developing. If you want to travel in the future, you will need to use carbon credits to offset your travel expenses, which is why I dislike carbon credits. They simply don't know how to bill each individual for that at the moment. They'll figure something out eventually. Tokenization, however, will not slow down. Hold off till the growth of digital trade begins. Await the start of Industry 4.0. Since it's still early, there are a lot of things. This is only the start. This is just the beginning. This will be far larger. The CME Group's Corporate Venture Capital and Strategic Investment Division, CME Ventures, is supported by the top, globally renowned venture capital firms and strategic investors with expertise in the fields of audacious vision and future opportunity support Ripple. It's similar to how you ended yourself here, vision. We all had it as holders of XRP. Years ago, we could see where XRP was headed. It was all conjecture back then. Nobody could have predicted where we would be in 25. It appears like the whole new financial system is now coming together in real time every day right in front of us. However, even these strategic investors and venture capital firms have a vision. They observe the potential of using XRP and RippleNet. They're going big on it because of this. No, I'm grateful. I wish to remain impoverished. XRP is owned by less than 1% of people worldwide. When you discuss investing in XRP with family members or friends, you see the same phenomenon. Why don't you just contribute a few $100s at the very least? No, I think I'm going to do something else with my money, they say. I'm just not into cryptocurrency. I perceive it as something that will eventually vanish, even though I may not see what you do. And you ask yourself, why don't you invest right away? I see it when I'm speaking with folks, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And what I've been discussing is stated by Scott Besson, is bringing back economic privatization. Therefore, we will reduce government spending on one side. Conversely, we have a significant financial deregulation program in the works. Listen to it. I have been discussing the reprivatization of the economy. On the one hand, we will reduce government spending, which has been driving the private sector out. We will also be reducing the amount of work that the government does. On the other hand, We implemented numerous new regulators and have a significant financial deregulatory agenda. In the next 4 or 5 years, the private sector can re-leverage, and we're paying particular attention to community banks, tiny banks, and small regional banks that were on the verge of becoming extinct. Therefore, the plan is to encourage them to lend money once more. Consolidation of the banks is now taking place. Since switching to a digital system eliminates the necessity for a physical branch in every town across the nation and the world, they are closing all of their locations. Additionally, when Scott Besson discusses economic recovery, he continues by discussing regulations. What he is discussing is bringing in businesses like Ripple and entrusting them with the economy in order to strengthen, develop, and improve it. Naturally, 99% of the cryptocurrency market will vanish as a result of those regulations. Blue Hawk Legend is where this originates. Yeah, those are scams 99% of the time. Anything on pump.fun is a complete hoax, if not outright, so why take the chance even if one or two aren't? They are now pointing the finger at pump.com and pump. Fun for the emergence of all these cryptocurrencies. Additionally, they claim that over 7 million cryptocurrencies have been created in the past year. It's also expanding, and all of the liquidity is currently found there. For that reason, I advise you to hold off until restrictions are in place. You will observe that change in liquidity, much of it will wind up in utility-driven cryptocurrency, but some will be lost. Regulations will therefore appear to be a black swan incident, and this seemed ridiculous to me. Thus, President Trump declares that all movies imported into the US will be subject to a 100% duty. Bollywood is gone. However, they haven't been producing quality films lately anyhow. It's similar to repeatedly using the same screenplay with various performers. I was thinking I just watched this movie and it was like a totally different movie, but it had the same exact script after watching a Jason Stamos film the other day. And Hollywood, too, needs fresh ideas. I haven't seen anything recently because, as you know, a lot of it is merely reruns of earlier films. Around Halloween, I often watch a lot of movies. I simply love horror films, so I'm excited about Halloween each year because, at the very least, I know what to expect. However, there are very few good films that you simply must see, but every now and then one or two do come along. Therefore, if the film industry returns to the US as a result of the tariffs, maybe they will bring a lot of new ideas with them. Greg Scanlon, played by Franklin Templeton, it lacks an L1 capable of providing large-scale ecological support. He is discussing Bitcoin. Listen to it. What happens to Bitcoin as an asset in this day and age? Bitcoin now accounts for 60% of the value of all cryptocurrencies. In the event that asset tokenization occurs on a wide scale, what would happen? How does Bitcoin fit into that universe? It's an excellent query. Additionally, I agree with your assertion that institutions are departing from the proof of concepts age, which I believe predominated from 2016 to 2019. We have advanced to the point where commercial-grade goods are now available, and Bitcoin is also advancing in this direction as collateral. As an alternative to fiat stores of value, Bitcoin has achieved the first product-market fit of cryptocurrencies, according to our internal perspective. This is an undeniable right. It has the highest market value,